Well, hello there and welcome to another edition of The Big Q. Today, I have the pleasure of hosting Honorable Minister for Youth, Honorable Minister Rosemary Mbabazi, and Mr. Stephen Rodriguez, who is the UNDP country representative here in the country. Thank you very much for making time to be with us and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
We are talking about Youth Connect. We have talked this one too many times, but this time Youth Connect has grown. We now have Youth Connect Africa Summit, and that's why we have them to tell us more on this. Now, Youth Connect Rwanda, now Youth Connect Africa Summit. How did we get there, Honorable Minister?
Thank you very much, RBA, for hosting us, and it's an honor to be here to talk about especially the exciting event that's happening next week for the young people. The event is convening over 10,000 youth at the Kigali Arena. And before we talk about the summit, which is at the continental level, it started as a program in Rwanda, the government of Rwanda in 2012. We're looking for a program that could connect young people to all these challenges or can resolve most of the challenges that they experiment or they go through all the time in their lives. So this is access to information, this is access to role models, this is access to opportunities, especially access to finance, access to markets, most of the challenges along the way that the young people always meet. And in 2012, the government of Rwanda, in partnership with UNDP, we decided to put up a program. Actually, the name came from the young people. What should be this program called that connects young people to different opportunities and to different things that can help improve whatever they are doing? And that's how it came out as a Youth Connect. So it's youth connecting to something, connecting to opportunities that they normally lack in their own daily lives, even as they grow up, as they want to expand in whatever they are doing. So in 2012, Youth Connect was launched by our president, and it was a platform that connects young people to different opportunities, like I mentioned. So Youth Connect in Rwanda, it has different components. It's about 7 components. Sometimes when we see awards, we think that's all about Youth Connect. So it's one component is Youth Connect Awards. Awards is focusing on young people who have innovations in their own communities. Now we've been running around, we have a program that we run with Inspire Me, with the RBA and UNDP and Koika. And here we go and look for the innovations in the community, but which have already been experimented. You know, young people have a lot of ideas.
Yes.
And if you say any project, they will bring anything in their head in the paper. So we want something on ground, tested.
That's already working.
Yes, that is already working. At least 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, something that you have tested on the ground and has been surviving.
Absolutely.
So we look for such kind of innovation, and we get them from the district, especially from the sector to the district. And the district help us, so we set up teams at the district level and the sector level, which is composed of the private sector, the National Youth Council, the local administration leadership, to pick out those kind of outstanding innovations that are done by the young people. And those are brought up to the national level, and those we give them a capital, kind of a boost to what they're already doing, so that it can have the potential to grow and create jobs, solve problems within a specific community, also exports, why not?
Absolutely.
Think about even growing beyond the boundaries of Rwanda. So that alone is Youth Connect Awards, which is for entrepreneurship. And that is also nurturing entrepreneurial spirit. And in that alone, I know you ask about the achievement. I'll go by component and the impact so far.
Yes, okay.
So far, the young people since 2012, we had a network of young people, about 622, that have been following up and looking at whatever they are doing, how they grow, and have been given support as well. It's not a huge support, but you start small. And you grow with a vision. And so this 622, we carried out a survey jointly with UNDP last year, and we found out that they have created 8,309 jobs.
Wow.
And now we are expanding the program further. So that means if there's an ecosystem that can support young people, that can nurture, that can mentor them, there is possibility of growing and even having, thinking about how to solve problems within their own communities. That is Youth Connect Awards or Entrepreneurship Awards. The second component is also a program that we implement together with Imbuto Foundation, and it is called Silwa, Celebrating Young Rwandan Achievers and Youth Connect Champions. The champions are big people or organizations that are supporting young people in whatever they're doing. Such people have come deliberately, which is not financed by the government, but it's an NGO, it's a local organization, it's a civil society organization, it's a faith-based organization that try to solve the problems of the community. It's also nominated. And this program is run once every 2 years. So we had it in 2017, and this year we are going to have it again together with Imbuto Foundation, and that is the Youth Connect Champions and Sirwa, celebrating young Rwandan achievers. We combined our two programs because Imbuto Foundation started this program of Sirwa in 2007, and for us we joined in 2015. So we've been working together, and in there we have already have about 48 young people and about 8 companies so far, because we've done it twice. And we are going to do it again this year. But all of these are nominated within the communities to ensure that we are having people that people recognize. And that is Youth Connect champions of adults, adult people or organizations. But Sirwa is a young person who is an outstanding person who has done something outstanding in the community. And that's what we award as well and recognize them. And those young people and organizations create another network called Dream Rwanda. They kind of advisory team for us. They help us on policies. They help us to tell us what you're doing is totally out of scope. Can you reorient your program? So they are kind of a consultant.
So this is an advisor that actually advises the ministry.
The ministry on what we do. So we call them the Dream Team, Dream Rwanda. So they dream about what do you think, the Rwanda we want, the Africa we want. So that's the second component. The other one is the Youth Connect Dialogue. The dialogue is a platform that brings young people together with policymakers to influence policies, because the government of Rwanda has given, put the young people at the forefront of the development agenda. Even when you talk about NST1, they're at the forefront, are the driving force for the NST1. So this dialogue brings together young people to discuss about the challenges they meet, the aspirations they have, and also get inspiration from the
and this is not the same dialogue that will take place, say, the summit or the Africa Youth
No, it happens in December during the national dialogue. During Inama Mushichirano. It happens back to back. You remember when they used to be at Petit Stade or at the Intare Arena. So that is the dialogue that we're talking about. But that that gathering is called Youth Connect Convention. So it is a convention that brings together youth in Rwanda from all walks of lives. From the rural, from urban, from schools, out of school, in cooperatives, young professionals like yourselves, and also the diaspora, because that's when we have another program called Urunana Rw'Urungano, Fondi Umunyarwanda program, and we also take advantage of their presence, and they also meet together. And that's where we have a dialogue. Most of the time, the head of state always talks to them and inspires them and also listens to their dreams. So there are a number of components. If I go through the youth holiday programs and all that. So there are about 7 components, and that's how it started in Rwanda. UNDP supported about 14 countries. They visited Rwanda in 2016 to see, because they thought it is a success story. We had already got an award at the continental level. For us, we didn't start something to be continental. We started something that can solve our own problems. And then people appreciated it, countries appreciated it, and started trying to replicate in their own countries. So that's how Youth Connect started. And in 2017, that's when Youth Connect, we said it's growing. Now, about 8 countries had already launched Youth Connect. Can we have a platform where all African countries we sit together? We have similar problems. We have similar challenges. We have growing demographics of young people. And we have similar challenges. Why don't we sit together and discuss about this, the platform that will bring together policymakers and young people? And that's when Youth Connect Africa Summit started in 2017. And this time it's going to be the 3rd edition.
Absolutely. Rodriguez, I don't want to leave you behind.
No, it's quite fine.
You know, the plan now to see that Youth Connect in Rwanda is not, should I say, we don't lose it, because there's a scare. We started this thing, it's now in Africa, I know we have one in Ghana, you know, everyone is trying to grab a piece of it. How do we ensure that it is in Rwanda, and how do we scale it up so that it also grows within and not just in the whole continent?
All right. Well, thank you, Fiona. And it's good to be on the program. As you could sense from the minister, there's a lot of excitement about Youth Connekt. And for us, we're very pleased to be partnering with the government on this. Now, this started with the government in 2012 and UNDP providing support. Since then, many partners have come on board, many other UN agencies, other development actors, private sector companies, NGOs, and so forth. Now, specifically within Rwanda, we're not losing sight of what needs to happen here. And recently, we got some support from the KOICA, the Korean International Cooperation Agency. They provided $7.5 million to the program for Rwanda. And the UN, we also provided another $4.5 million. So that's going towards the Rwanda program to scale up all of what the minister mentioned before. The minister mentioned we have been able to help young people create about 8,000 jobs. We're targeting 20,000 jobs in the next 4 to 5 years. And likewise, Youth Connekt as a health, adolescent health and sexual reproductive rights component. We're partnering with UNFPA, with Mbuto Foundation. We're scaling that up. The creative arts, and arts as an industry, that's a new component in the Rwanda Youth Connekt. So we have a program, a national program, and many more partners are coming on board. Liquid Telecom has come on board recently. So we're working to scale up what is happening well in Rwanda and to continue that. But as the minister said, Africa is a youthful continent.
It is, yeah.
And so this is a really a great practice that we have seen in Rwanda. And you know, the UN, we're in 177 different countries. So one of the things that we bring as a value to governments is when we see something working well in one country, we can share those experiences with others. So we're using our regional network across Africa to support the government of Rwanda and now to work with the other partners, the African Union and so on, to help other governments, other countries that want to adopt Youth Connekt. And we're really excited to see how many countries are interested in this. We're now at 12 countries implementing, and 7 additional countries have expressed that they will be launching soon. And this was recently endorsed by the African Union, the Council. So this is growing really, really well, and we're just proud to be partnering with the government on this.
I think it's very interesting to learn that when you talk about Youth Connekt, you're not just talking about youth coming together to converge, but you're talking about entrepreneurs, we're talking about IT, you know, various sectors. Maybe before we go for a short break, women remain significantly underrepresented in STEM because we want to see STEM grow. How do we ensure that we have more women and, you know, everyone is tapping into this because women are a bit, you know, lagging in most sectors, Honorable Minister? I
think that's a very valid question because this is what we've been struggling with over time. We recall where we're coming from scratch completely, where women were in the back doors, and our government has promoted women in leadership, have promoted women in businesses, but also we are focusing on women, given their numbers. If you have more of them in STEM, it would be advantageous for themselves, but also for the country. And also for the vision of the country where we're heading. We want to be a knowledge-based economy, and this is where we're heading. So if you have the majority of the population not going towards your direction, this is where you should put all the efforts. So this is the major area where we are looking at having more women. This is also done in terms of mobilizing young girls and young ladies to join sciences, especially STEM, in schools, but starting with the family, the parents, because us parents are the ones who can really make sure that your child feels she's worthy.
That's true.
I have a daughter and she likes that because we keep on talking about that until she can say about it and you show that you don't believe in her. If you don't believe, she will never believe in herself. So it starts with our family. The policies are there. They are really focusing on ensuring that we have more of them, but it has to go to the family level. It has to be at the school level. It has to be at the community level because the policies are there anyway that are supporting them. So we have women, girls in ICT that have formed those role models.
Yes.
We also support them in Youth Connect, actually. And we've been working with them over a period of time. Actually, it's almost the 5th year. And we've been working with them, those girls who have made it in sciences, to be role models for those who aspire to be. When they see that Fiona has done it, they will say, I can do it as well.
Yes.
If she did it through these circumstances, how about me who have this all-enabling environment? So kind of motivation, bring the same age-mate peer-to-peer mentorship, but also providing an environment that makes them really make it work. We've seen them and we can really hope that there will be increase in girls joining this. Even businesses, we've been also putting up a lot of efforts in these Youth Connect Awards, where we say the girls is an added value because we want more girls. Even when we have panel of judges that are selecting those projects, I've been fighting with the team in the ministry to say, no, you cannot have 3 men there.
I know.
It is intimidating the girls. So they might think it's not for us, that's why there's no woman, there's no judge who is a lady. So we're trying to do it always across with all sectors to have more girls joining STEM, but also motivating them while they're there. We have a program we have started, Stephen had talked about at Rwanda, but also TVET Youth Challenge, and where we're encouraging more young ladies, girls to join. Not that we give them favors, but we want them with their capabilities, or to say we give you advantage, even if you don't win, we give you the opportunity to win. No, you have to work for it, because it is something that you merit, that will be sustainable. And we also encourage more girls and more ladies. And when we go with the people who are going to be supported, we support their projects as well to grow and scale up in IPRCs. And we've been having a boot camp recently. We've been taking their girls to show them it's possible. So one of the areas that we are focusing on, besides the education policy and also the vision of the nation, it's about mentorship and having mobilization around it.
Mentorship, the importance of mentorship. Maybe we take a short break, but when we come back, you'll tell us more on mentorship. You'll tell us who is coming. You know, we have rumors of who is coming and what more we can be excited to look for. So do keep it the BQ. We'll be back after this short break.
RBA app is here. How'd you get it? It is easier than ever. Go on your home screen. Press Play Store or App Store. Type RBA. Search. There you go. You have RBA app. You have all RBA radios, news, business news, sport and entertainment.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for keeping it the big key. Of course, I'm talking to the Honorable Minister for Youth, Rosemary Mbabazi, and Mr. Stephen Rodriguez, who is the UNDP country representative in the country, and they're telling us more on Youth Connect. But before we went for a short break, we were talking about the importance of having more girls in STEM. Mr. Rodriguez, why is it important to have these girls here?
Well, I think the minister's made the point. Women in society are roughly 50% of the population. But we know that there are a variety of reasons why they don't get the same opportunities in the world of work, in the private sector, and so on. So we know we have an obligation. It's a fundamental human right to provide women, girls, the same rights and opportunities as men and boys. So what we're trying to do under the program, as the minister said, is to create those opportunities. And this is one of the really exciting things about Youth Connect. It's not just about one thing. It's not just about job creation or entrepreneurship. It looks at a young person and all the things that are important to them, whether it's positive values and attitudes, whether it's their reproductive health, whether it's the need for jobs, for information and certain things, but also to appreciate gender equality as an important issue. And so I just wanted to add that UN Women, which is a UN lead agency on gender equality, is now a big partner in this program. And at the last meeting of this new 5-year program, which I mentioned earlier, that COICA is also financing, the Minister of Gender was also there with us. So we're bringing in partners to help us address these different components in Buto, and UNFPA on the reproductive health issues, UN Women, the Ministry of Gender, on exactly those issues of gender equality and getting more girls into STEM, but also into private sector, into, you know, positions of authority in industry, in whatever it is, because there's inequality right across the field.
Absolutely. Maybe before, you know, we've been talking about the success stories. Honorable Minister, what are some of the challenges, you know, you encounter in your day-to-day life, especially when trying to organize such Youth African summits, the Youth Connekt, you know, trying to get these young entrepreneurs to come and not fear, not just stay, you know, in the rural areas, for them to also know that they're being part and parcel of this growth. How do you do that?
We do it through partners, through partnership. We have about Youth Connekt along the summit. Besides the country program, which also has many programs and partners that Mr. Stephen has talked about, we have different partners. You have private sector, we have government and civil society, as well as development partners, the UN. But we do it through partnership, as we said. How we manage to bring these young people, like 10,000 together, especially from outside 4,000, we do it through partnership because young people, they don't have resources, especially financially. So we work with UNDP, as you said, in the country. We have, the way we work in Rwanda is the way we are replicating it in other countries. The ministers of youth that are coming, it's about 27 so far, who have confirmed. And they come with the similar UNDP representative like Stephen. So you have UNDP country representative and also you have the minister in charge of youth. We told them you cannot come alone. Come with delegations of young people, especially entrepreneurs. So there is automatic support from UNDP and the ministries of youth of those specific countries.
Absolutely.
So with partners we have identified and they managed to fly in. One group can come 50 of them, others were supporting 100 of them. UN Habitat was sponsoring about 100 of them. Some civil society was sending 50, others were sending 200. So that's how we managed to get more because we are working with partners and private sector as well. You say we'll give you visibility is what you want for marketing your product. You also give us money and fly in the young people.
Absolutely.
So we're looking at partners in kind or in cash. So both ways worked and we managed to get young people flying in, but also most of the challenge the young people have, they always say is trust. The banks don't trust us. The development partner probably think we are just trying. And so when we bring them together, it creates kind of confidence in them to give them that kind of platform where they're speaking to heads of state, to CEOs they've been seeing just in media, to speak to each other, to inspire each other. You see someone from Cameroon speaking to someone from Zimbabwe, someone from Kenya to Cape Town, you know, all these people speaking to each other and they say, oh, you did it this way, I can do it. So sometimes networking, they don't have this network and now we're opening up platform for networking. It's about resources, we're opening up windows for their resources and also the capabilities to access to finance. In the Youth Connekt Summit, we also identified the best innovation at Africa level. One of the pre-summit events, we will have young people who have been competing continental-wise at the level of the continent, and we have partners who have been handling that part. So before the summit, from 3rd to 7th of October, actually they're in the country, they start with the boot camp to panel beat their projects because you're going to be awarding the best innovations at the continental level.
Wow, that's
so, and it's not little, it's not much. For the young people, it's about $5,000 per project.
The winner.
The winner. They are about 4. So it depends, it's different categories. So to motivate them as well. So when you come even to Rwanda, besides visiting and interacting and networking, there's also money.
I'll bring you in maybe Rodriguez on this partnership form. Let's say, for example, because most of the young people, they tell you, like the Honorable Minister's Gladys put, we don't have the money, we're not trusted, but also we have policies that are not flexible for the young people. I say this because recently in Ghana, when I visited, they had a project that was running, but for the young people who do not have degrees, you know, it's very hard to see most of the institutions today. You don't have a degree, you don't have a master's. I'm sorry, we can't pick it. How do we ensure that these policies are also broken down for the young ones who didn't have the opportunities, but are very, you know, bright and can do something? How do you help see that grow?
That's exactly what Youth Connekt is trying to do. You know, we said earlier, it started here in Rwanda, and we have a lot of good practices here. But I've also seen good practices in other countries. And in Cape Verde, for instance, when I went there last year, they were interested in starting Youth Connekt. And we met with their government. They have a program for young people who don't have the degrees or the high school certificates and so on. And the idea of Youth Connekt Africa is to create an institution which we're calling the Youth Connekt Africa Hub that can help connect countries across the region to the good practices at the level of policy. So if there's some countries with excellent youth policies or excellent youth programs or excellent initiatives in terms of helping young people to access finance, etc., we're trying to help connect countries so that they can learn from each other and adopt good practices that really create opportunities for young people. So we don't have all the solutions here, but there are many, many great ideas across the continent, and we just want to help connect through partnerships. Again, it's the same idea. We're not reinventing the wheel. If somewhere else is doing something wonderful, and even here within Rwanda, the idea has never been that the ministry or UNDP tries to create everything. If Girl Connekt has a good program or Akaza Konozi has a good program, we meet with them, we bring them in, we see what works and we try to scale that. And that's what we're also trying to say across the continent. Let's see what works to really connect youth to opportunities and let's promote those.
Honourable Minister.
In addition to those partnerships that we are talking about, NILDA is already implementing STEM labs. It's a kind of also a hackathon or kind of a competition that goes to look for innovation for industry. So everybody is seeing a solution in the young people, and this is what we want. If whatever you are doing, do you see a solution in them? Can they provide a solution? And recently when I was looking at what they are doing, they did great innovations for the industry to improve on the value chain in the industry, reduce on wastages in the industry. So in the partnership with NILDA, still in our steering committee, the support in Youth Connekt, the resources we talked about, we keep on distributing to different partners. What you're doing best, you can do it and scale it up further.
Which is very important. Now, boosting an industrious young Africa, this should be the theme for young Africa. And I like the hashtag, I take the lead.
Yes.
What does the hashtag actually mean? I take the lead. Can I take the lead?
It is actually, it came from the young people. We have a number of volunteers and interns, and we're asking them, what do you think are going to be the challenges, the major challenges of the youth in Africa? And also building on CHOGM, which is happening, the Commonwealth. Most of we're aligning it so that we continue being aligned. It's about employment. And this is the biggest problem. That's why they are crossing the sea. But also the mindset of not seeing opportunities just within their vicinity or within their proximity. And when we're asking, what do you think should be the hashtag? They said, they talked about you take the lead. So we're like, no, you're not telling anybody else. You know, when you point a finger, the other finger, the four are saying me about you. So we wanted something that you will keep someone remembering that I'm supposed to do something. It's not about leadership when you're a minister. It's not a leadership when you're a representative, when you're the title. It's not about the titles. Even these young people are talking about, they are not having any titles, but they are awarded because of something that they provided as solutions. So it's about influence in the communities wherever you are, without just waiting for the title. And that's when they said, I think I take the lead. So if I own everybody pointing to himself, I take the lead, it means everybody's going to lead everywhere in their own countries, and a lot of transformation will happen. And we saw that, I think you saw the young people in either Ivory Coast or Cameroon who went to do the cleaning of the city. You saw that on social media. If such everyone leaves this person saying, I lead in environment, I lead in agriculture, I lead in cleanliness, you know, everybody will lead in whatever they're capable of doing. And that will make a big impact. So that's the hashtag.
That's the hashtag. I love the hashtag. I take the lead. Let's talk about the people who to expect. I know we've seen, or rather we've read, we have someone very important, Didier Drogba. I mean, most young people, you know, looking for. What else can we expect from this? Who are these people coming in and, you know?
Let the minister
start. Okay, thank you very much. We're expecting so much. The young people. In Kinyarwanda, you say, I don't know how to speak this in English, like mushonje muhishwe. There's a lot in stock coming.
There's a lot.
And on the 9th, we'll have those young people that are coming from almost 90% are young people of the delegates.
All this is taking place at the
Kigali Arena on 9th.
Yes, on the 9th.
Then on 10th and 11th, we move to Convention Center because of the Paro sessions.
Yes.
And so the 10,000, we're expecting to have the official opening of the head of state and also different dignitaries from different parts of the world. But the ministers of youth with their delegations now, about 27 countries have confirmed at the ministerial level, without talking about the other technical teams. And then the UNDP teams also is about 22, 24.
It's growing.
It's also growing every day. By this time, we will find maybe more. It's about 24 heads of UNDP in different countries. But also at the regional level, we have UNDP representative and from the headquarters. Also the administrative assistant of UNDP at and the regional director for Africa. So she's also coming, and we also have the head of UNCTAD, Mr. Kitui Kisa. We also have CEOs of companies. We have Drogba Didier, the legendary in football. I can see everyone is excited.
The African Union.
The African Union as well. We are also having Mr. Amadun Fall from NBA Africa. He's also going to be speaking, and also many young people, the social influencers, and wherever they are, we always pick out those people who have an outstanding impact when they go back in their communities. We also have an artist from from African continent, so it will be exciting on the first day, because we want to do more networking, but also civic engagement and passing message about risk behaviors. In the evening, it will be a concert, but which is targeted on behavior change. And we have artists from Nigeria, Pato Ranking, and also we have our own Medi and Rwanda artists, the one that we had. We talked about the artists that were the winners last time. They're also going to be performing, because we want also our artists to grow and give them platform to grow. So we are expecting a lot, especially from the young people.
Interesting. The night run. I know there's a night run.
Yes. Stephen is an expert on the run.
It's not too long. I think it's about 5.4 kilometers. And you can either run or walk. So if you're not good at running, you can still join and walk. But we want everybody to come out. It's also part of the message that, good health. We want people to promote a sort of healthy lifestyle. So that's also a key part of the message. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It starts, Minister, close to
the
convention center and goes all the way up into
Prime
city.
Minister's office.
Prime Minister's office.
And then
roundabout
comes back down. So we expect to see you there. and all your friends.
Yes.
And the entire RBA.
Has more young people, so
the
they
RBA
should come.
crew.
They will be there. Maybe as we sum up, because I'm told we're running out of time. Honourable Minister, we have the youth who are watching us and probably won't have the opportunity to attend the Youth Connekt Summit. What would you say to them, in brief, as we sum up? And also you, what is your word to the youth out there who are watching you as, as their own minister, What can you tell them to encourage them, or what?
Okay, talking to the young people, I believe most of them will be participating, and those who won't participate will be following up live, because it will be on social media and also broadcasted live. I want to tell them that they should take the lead. Wherever they are, they shouldn't wait until they have a position. Whatever they are capable of doing, they should take the lead.
Absolutely. To you, Mr. Stephen.
Well, I think it's a short message, which is to remain positive. You can choose two different paths in life. One is negative, where you see primarily the obstacles and the challenges, and the other is there are obstacles, but I will overcome. And I think particularly for the youth in Rwanda, this is an environment which is, pro-youth, pro-development. One of the things that makes Youth Connekt work is the level of political will and commitment, the support from the president, from the minister, from the other ministers, and so on. So there's a commitment to youth development in this country. So if there's a young person out there, I want them to feel hopeful. and to remain positive and get in touch. Even if you can't attend the conference, get in touch. I think we can find ways to help.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for making time to join us.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Too.
Thank you very much.
Well, I've been talking to the Honourable Minister for Youth, Ms. Rosemary Mbabazi, and of course, Mr. Stephen Rodriguez, who is the country rep for UNDP. And as they summed up right, Honourable Ministers say, take the lead. It starts with you. And even Mr. Rodriguez says, stay positive. Whatever you encounter, stay positive, reach out, grow, develop, and make Rwanda great. My name is Fiona Mbabazi. Do keep it Rwanda Television. I'll see you next time.